December the 19th, Minsk, Independence Square, the evening after the presidential elections, 10 p.m. Outside the Central Election Commission, a crowd and ex-candidates. The voting results are announced. The opposition lost it. The former presidential nominees decide to take by force what they did not get on the election day.
Дайте флаг Беларуси! Позорное! Отойдем назад! Отошли назад! 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 Есть Беларусь! Нет! Раз! Два!
November the 18th, Central Election Commission session, 12 a.m. Nominees are invited to the Palace of the Republic. Everyone is tense, waiting for the decision of the Central Election Commission. And that's when a mini sensation happens. 10 people get through to the candidate stage. Many of them are amazed and lost. And for the first time, you can hear something unexpected. Some are taking part in the election campaign not because they want to be elected. No one had the intention of winning the election. Not because they were afraid the elections would be rigged. It's something else. November opinion polls conducted by opposition poll centers produced disappointing results. Other sources give similar data.
По последним опросам, если бы президента Беларуси выбирали завтра, то 78% опрошенных проголосовали бы за Александра Лукашенко и 5% за оппозицию.
The question arises, if there is no winning chance, why run in the elections? October the 20th, the Belaruski Novosti website, 12 p.m. The answer to this question came on October the 20th. The Belaruski Novosti website posts the article entitled "Choice, we're ready to pay the price." The author is Dmitry Dashkevich, the leader of the Young Front. The article is based on a simple idea. Voters do not decide the outcome of the election. The square will decide it. And this square will demand sacrifices. The election campaign has been proceeding in a weird way. The closer the election day, the less the candidates talk about themselves and their programs. The only subject they have at the tip of their tongue is the Ploshcha. The Ploshcha is written about on the websites. The Ploshcha is broadcast in TV programs.
Треба будет выйти на площадь в 8 часов вечера, на площадь в Минске.
Надо принимать участие в массовых акциях.
Мы зменим эту систему.
Приходите на площадь.
During the debate, people are called to come to the Ploshcha.
Встретимся 19 числа в 8 часов вечера на площади в Минске.
Користаюся моментом. Я ще раз закликать вас прийти на площадь.
Finally, they start rehearsing the Ploshcha.
7 человек сюда, Кривавка.
November the 24th, Oktyabrskaya Square, 6 p.m. The first Ploshcha dry run. Outside the Palace of the Republic are the main actors, Rimashevsky, Statkevich and Neklayev. Few people, mostly the people from the candidates' offices. The crowd starts moving to the Square of Independence, a brief rally, an attempt to get inside the Central Election Commission. The rally, naturally, is not authorized, but no one is interfering. The authorities are looking away. November the 26th, Minsk, 9 a.m. The State Frontier Committee receives an alarming report. Acts of terror are possible on the election day in Minsk. This is immediately reported to the country's leadership.
Оперативными органами пограничной службы была
The
получена
operative bodies of the Frontier Service got information from the intelligence sources that a group of demolition specialists had planned preparation and carrying out some terror attacks on the elections day.
Starting from the end of November, the Belarusian borders are overwhelmed with tourists. Dozens of groups are trying to enter Belarus from Poland, Ukraine, and Russia. The tourists are bringing a weird package of things along: tasers, smoke flares, truncheons, brass knuckles, knives, and ammunition.
Artyom Yurievich Breus. I'm going to get a residence permit in Belarus to find a job and to live here. I study in St. Petersburg at St. Petersburg State University in the second year at the Faculty of International Relations. My major is Studies of the CIS countries. I came here to observe the electoral campaign of the President of Belarus without either the status of an international observer or a journalist accreditation, because I didn't get it. Do you mean you came as a physical person? Yes, I came as a physical person.
December the 6th, Minsk, Privokzalnaya Square, 7 p.m. Yet another group of militants is stopped at the border in the morning, and a second square dry run takes place in Minsk. It is staged by the Nikolaev and Sannikov officers. The venue is not a random choice. On the X day, that is December the 19th, Privokzalnaya Square will be the gathering point for the backup column. The rally at Privokzalnaya does not make sense as an election campaigning event. The idea was different: to mobilize the striking fist of the square.
Тільки разом ми переможемо. Як кажуть, разом і батьку бить велей.
December the 7th, Gomel region. A businessman from Gomel received an extraordinary business proposal from Nikolai Statkevich's party members to manufacture a badge of metal-made sharpened rods.
ко мне обратились члены партии Громада Статкевича.
I was applied to by the members of Statkevich's party, Ramada, who got me into their car and asked me to assist them in making metal spiky rods that, as they said, would be used to defend the meeting on the 19th of December.
On the same day, the general manager of Zhlobin Repair and Technical Works got a call.
7 числа в районе 16:00.
On the 7th of December, at about 4 p.m., I answered my fixed phone. A man of elderly age, he did not introduce himself, asked me to place an order for cutting and sharpening grids in the total number of about 3,000 items.
December the 13th, checkpoint Mokhro, 11 o'clock. This cargo is apprehended at the Belarus-Ukraine border. It was with 7 foreign nationals. All of them worked as instructors in radical groups of Belarus. The interrogations revealed the purpose of the business trip: participation in public disorders in Minsk. Several days ahead of the X-Day, the candidates are getting ever more candid. President Lukashenko gets direct threats.
I hope the one who calls himself the president will feel quite himself, because he has only 2 choices: either a Russian bullet in his forehead of a sniper, I'm telling you the truth, yeah, or he will start negotiating with us and with Europe, and he will agree to the dialogue and concessions.
December the 16th, Svobody Square, 6 p.m. The third square dry run. There are about 1,000 people outside the Minsk City Hall. Sannikov, Nikolaev, and Rimashevsky are addressing the crowd. Their speeches do not mention a single word about the elections, only the square and the revolution.
Ми здольні знищити эту паскудную фашистскую уладу.
That looked weird to an outside observer. What is common before the election day is appeals to go to the polls, but our candidates were only calling to go to the square.
Я призову к забастовкам.
The truth is that the square pursued 2 goals: The ultimate goal was to seize power. The minimum is to provide a bloody picture from Minsk streets. What was obvious was that the one able to get the picture will get the big snatch. This is something worth fighting for. December 17th, Minsk, 11 a.m. Statkevich has an incoming call.
Алло, Николай, добрый день, я готов.
Алло, я...
Да, это я буду звонить.
Так, Ярослав, слухайте, такая, там на практику нажали, а так не будет уже только после Нового года. Вот это связано, скажем так, с бизнесом, с продажей там одной справы, и тут коляды, это все справа, короче, шпиняется. Так что, ну, помашьте людям, что все будет или будет позднее.